and they wanted to be top 2, no less than top 2 every event, I believe. So that's already been put into question with, like you said, the rise of Rogue, and with Envy turning out to be significantly more impressive than they were at the very, very start of the season, where it really did look like, you know, NRG and Spacestation in a little bit of a league of their own there. But yeah, this is good. This is going to be a huge major, just like over in Europe. This is the one that's absolutely going to set the tone. It's really going to just establish what the leaderboard is going to look like pretty much for the rest of the year, because we've got that one regional, or we've got that one more split after this one. But there's so many points available here. So many teams can establish themselves. Spacestation, definitely one of them. But hey, you can't write it off Ghost. They've already taken out G2 today.
Yeah, certainly so. For G2, that just continues to compound the issues that they've had throughout the season. Spacestation want to try and send a message to everybody else within their tier, and that is that they are here to try and reclaim that #1 spot. Might struggle off this one though. Not the best touch. Don't want to just hand it away to Lionblaze like that. Very, very capable of making you pay for that sort of move. Arsenal taking his time. Gets the ball bopped out. Over to Lionblaze. Going to try and go by himself whilst they get a little bit more chaos being flung around on the backfield. Lionblaze, great block from him. It's open for freshness. And that's why you don't just instantly rotate back. Lionblaze saw his chance and he took it.
It looks like Rettles was sniped there.
Just hit into him.
Rettles was demoed. He was the last man back there for Spacestation. Got sniped in the center of the box, and Sypical was actually making an aggressive push at the same time. Didn't realize that his team was in such a desperate situation. Really well played by Ghost though. That's a good start for them here. They're going to need to keep the pressure on SSG. It's like the desk were saying, once SSG can get that momentum, you know, sometimes they do start slow, but once they do get that momentum going, they're going to be impossible to stop, especially now that they're all in that gaming house. They're all in the team house. They've been practicing together, and that's off the top of the post there for SSG. Arsenal forces a save at the top left corner from Lionblaze. One of the best men to have in net when you've got a shot going top right.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anybody you want right there ready to save that play, was always going to be Lionblaze. Already seen that he can take on a good 5 minutes worth of those sort of saves, not let anything past him. Spacestation game will need something special. Thankfully for them and their fans, they are more than capable of it. They are currently having a lot of questions asked of them in here in game #1. Rettles decides to just blast it long. Not quite on target. Very brave to leave it, though. But Ghost Gaming, you know, it's got to be said, very impressive so far. They are not playing Spacestation's game. They are just sitting on this 1-goal lead, letting the game happen around them. If they get the chance for a second, they'll go for it. There's no point trying to force it right now. Keep the field very compact. Once it starts opening up, that's where Spacestation will thrive.
I'm surprised to see such little cohesion from SSG up until now. The passing has not really been what we're used to seeing from them, and I thought we were going to get, you know, better than ever passing from them. Like I said, since they are in that team house setting. You got to give the credit to Ghost. They've been extremely solid so far, and it hasn't looked like Spacestation are threatening. Oh, that's actually a team save. Demo being attempted on the goalie actually led to the Demors saving the shot that was coming in behind him. But here comes another one. Sypical sniped the keeper. That's got to be a goal. Arsenal snipes the top corner, and that is a lot better. The aggression really stepping up for SSG.
I think that's the first time we have seen multiple members involved in one of their offenses. They do finally get something for it. And that is going to be 1 each here in game #1. Spacestation, though, need to keep that sort of pressure going. They should be able to outpace and outplay a lot of these players. It's off the post. In comes Rails to try and finish it. He's ended up scuffing that shot. Freshness will just try and get rid. Not the best place ever to try and get rid of the ball, especially when you're on 0 boost. This finally picks up 100, but it might not mean anything. Fresh is caught into action, and he gets a double block. The Spacestation Gaming are prodding at this defense, waiting to see when it will collapse.
This aggression, the physical play for SSG, starting to get the pressure on. Rettles just needed to be there a bit sooner for that shot. Freshness dives across and saves Sypical's hit, which I believe was going into the bar. Non-stop pressure from SSG after such a quiet start to the game. They've elevated. This is what we expected to see from them from the get-go. But I mean, they've definitely picked it up soon enough. Ghost are under so much pressure, so much trouble. It looks like there's a calm in the storm now. This is a chance for Ghost to steal the game, get a late winner. Rettles puts an end to that.
Arsenal back to the corner. Only leaves Lion Blaze. Typical's not going to quite find the angle to try and score. Freshness with Lion Blaze up in support. Couldn't find the flick. There's definitely a lot more available to him. This couldn't quite get a hold of it. So here we go, overtime. Chance for either team to really establish themselves. Arsenal does get the first block. Freshness just one is off the post. They need a third chance, and it is saved once again.
An absolute scramble there for SSG. Boost was at a premium, and there were some pretty wide rotations as well. But they've made the necessary saves. Lion Blaze controls it, brings it past one, and now mind games it into the middle, but the challenge from behind only sends the ball as far as Mekto's. Typical deflects it into the corner. That's a great clear. Just bringing the attack completely to a standstill. Lion Blaze secures the back corner boost, so Space Station's first attempt at getting back into that constant pressure mode will be denied.
Back up yet again. Typical. Can't quite get rid of it. Lion Blaze gonna put Rettles under a bit of pressure. Nothing more than that, though. Freshness back off the backboard one more time. Arsenal will get rid. Oh, and that's a huge commit. Freshness is just gonna guide that one away. Goes low. 2 players on the goal line. What a way to start off our major. Already with the overtimes. North America showing off the depth that they've got in there. The backboard yet again, but Freshness just waiting for it. He's also got Mektos up in support, looking for the net. And needed a lot more power on it. Try and get that one in. Seems like either team waiting for a positional mistake from the other. Also, neither already giving it, apart from that one from Arsenal. Thankfully, he does have support. Played by Lion Blaze. Oh, it's missed by both players. Mekto's just going to try and put a glancing shot on target, but that's the opportunity gone. Johnny there, getting closer and closer.
Yeah, it feels like Space Station are the more likely team to make a mistake, which ends up in a goal for them. Rettles really just wants to control the ball, but I think wisely flips into it because that was too risky to try and control. Another whiff coming in. Space Station have had several complete misses defensively, and when it comes to offense, they really only look deadly when they're playing for the demos. Speaking of, there's one. Rettles will go for the near post wall. He's missed the rebound, and Lion Blaze had no respect in Rettles' rebound ability there. Great read by him. It seems to me that the focus for Space Station has to be the demo plays, and they are going to keep going for them. There's another one landing, but there's no shot, there's no pass to back it up, so Space Station have to start all over again.
We'll start again, they will. Freshness back down to Arsenal. It's not the best first touch. Does at least get rid of it. Typical. We already know what sort of damage he can do from here, but Mekto's going to shut that one down as quickly as he possibly can. Still Lion Blaze trying to set himself up. What to get the block? 3 minutes of overtime played. Still no winner, but that could change very soon. Typical with no one to really pass to. Instead, he's got to go by himself. What a catch that was.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal first touch, and it doesn't look like much, but it's so difficult to pull that off. And look at the pressure that's back on Ghost, just because Space Station are not giving the ball away for free. They are really forcing Ghost to commit. Heavy for every touch. Freshness blocks the back post shot. He's got a little bit of boost to play with here. Freshness against Arsenal. He goes over the top of him, but that forces him to lose control just momentarily. And Rettles starts the authority. Rettles all the way to Arsenal. That'll be the win for SSG. They really had to work for this one. But in the end, it was Ghost who overcommitted. Rettles with a huge play, fast recovery, and the clear. Arsenal does the rest. My, oh my, what a game to start off the day.
I guess we've got ourselves started. That is the first game. We have many more to go. This is still the first match that we have got on. But this is what the tournament is worth. You know, you have got a lot more prize money on the line, and you have got yourself the opportunity to try and take home double the points that you normally would. This is so worth it to both of these teams. But for Ghost Gaming, that one's gonna hurt. They look like they had it. They look like they've got, you know, little chances to try and take that game. They couldn't quite see it out, though.
Well, yeah, the problem for Ghost is that was not the cleanest performance by SSG. They were making mistakes in defense. They didn't look confident in their team play from the start of this game. In fact, the passing really was quite limited from SSG compared to what we're used to seeing. They were more relying on the brute force plays to get the pressure on Ghost, and credit to them, the demos were fantastic. They were really causing a lot of disruption in the Ghost defense, which, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense to do that against Ghost Gaming, who like to stack the goal line with their whole team, and make these goal line saves. It is something they're very well known for, even as individuals. So I would expect to see more of that from Spacestation Gaming. Ghosts need to be disciplined here. Frustrating game one. I feel like they've missed an opportunity, but if they just go into this game two with frustration, it's going to be a 3-0.
Yeah, I think for Ghosts, they can take the idea of what they had in game one and just trying to play it a bit more. We already know that mechanically they've got more to offer. Just see where he goes. No need to panic just yet. Arsenal over to the wall, instantly shut out. Mektos having none of it. I think that's not a bad shout. We've already seen what Arsenal can do when he's got time on the ball. I think that can apply to a lot of these players, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think the greatest strategy when it comes to taking on Spacestation Gaming is when you see them have an individual play, either wipe out the ball or wipe out the player. It's not important after that. Here's Lion Blaze off the infield pass, and he will blast it into the corner.
Yeah, fantastic pass by Mektos. Retals was trying to stall here. He's trying to play the ball into the corner, allow his teammates to come back and challenge the infield pass, but Mektos read it, got up there early, and intercepted the play. Easy goal for Ghost on the infield pass, but it was easily, for me, the best pass that we've seen all series here, even though we've almost seen 2 games, really, with how long that overtime was. Spacestation still don't look like they're all completely woken up here. I've got to give credit to Retals. He was unbelievable in game 1. Made the winning goal for Arsenal and had 8 saves before that. We're used to seeing more from Sypical. He's often called, you know, the best or one of the best players in the region, and Arsenal as well. Just a phenomenal player, phenomenal talent that we haven't really seen too much of today.
Arsenal gonna leave it. Almost found Lion Blaze's car on his way through. Looking an awful lot like game 1 here. All up for Ghost Gaming. Now they need to try and hold it. It's flicked up. Sypical gonna try and follow. That offensive line so far forward. Rattles going to bring Joe Freshness. And that is some way of trying to clear your lines. Now potential breakaway. Lion Blaze not going to get a block. Sypical, individual brilliance. Has he got it for him this time? Mektos will get rid. Arsenal's second shot shut down by Lion Blaze.
Still clutch saves coming in from Ghost. That's about 3 in a row. Just denied. And they were all good efforts by Spacestation Gaming. But like we said, they've got to pair it up with some additional pressure, whether it's, you know, a boost steal, whether it's a demo, just something to put the defender in a disadvantageous position. Because when you've got an even playing field, Ghost's defense is phenomenal. These saves are being played perfectly. And Spacestation Gaming, they're going to need to do better than this to beat the Ghost defense when they're all back and ready to defend.
Off the backboard one more time. Arsenal unable to find Freshness' car. Something they've needed to do. They've tried outplaying them. They've tried boost starving. None of it's worked. If they could just get rid of it altogether. Mektos. Well played over to his own corner.
Oh my.
Wiping out. That's their chance to get rid. Instead, it's put right down to Rettles. Off the backboard one more time. Lion Blaze tried to pre-jump the save. Double tap from Arsenal. And it felt like it was going to happen eventually. And Arsenal will make sure of it.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Arsenal. If he'd played the immediate shot on target, we had a pre-jump save coming in from Lionblaze to block it, but Arsenal saw that, went for the reset rebound instead, and he didn't really make it look difficult either. That was just too easy for him. We're asking for Arsenal and Sypical to show up huge. Well, there's Arsenal. This is what Ghost have got to worry about. There's so many levels. There's so many different gears that Spacestation Gaming can go to. They were able to get a win in game 1. I'd say probably in 3rd gear there. Spacestation Gaming were nowhere near their best, and they still won. Ghost have got to really lock it down now. They allow any more from SSG, and this could just be a very quick trip to the lower bracket for them.
They've got to refine their offense right now. Been just trying to sit on that 1 goal lead for the longest time. Now that it's gone, they'll start redeploying on the other side of the field. Rettle's going to go looking for Lionblaze. Formage player now back into it, but it seems like it's going to continue the pressure. And Arsenal with an MVP performance here in game 2.
What a turnaround by Arsenal. Sypical just won a 50-50 and Arsenal's under the ball, flicks it over his shoulder. He knew the challenge was incoming, but that's a great blind play there by Arsenal. Anticipating the dive-in challenge from the Ghost goalkeeper. And this has been just a brilliant game for Arsenal offensively overall. Oh my goodness, a miss from SSG again, and another one! Arsenal and Reynolds both just completely missed the ball. Now, they did have low boost in that play. You've got to make contact. SSG making this very difficult on themselves.
For Ghost Gaming, they really needed to try and turn that in. They are on the verge of another 1-goal loss and being 3 match points down to one of the toughest teams to turn that around against. Infield, Sypical off the backboard. It will drop down for Lionblaze. This is his chance to really carry his team. Drops, but can't quite find the play. I don't know if he just didn't execute on his plan or if his plan just wasn't correct to begin with. Either way, was shut down. Lionblaze going straight for net. No complications this time. It's just loitering on the goal line, but nobody else was around for Ghost Gaming. And that could be their last chance here at game number 2. Off Sypical, what a goal! And what a performance by the 2 players, Johnny, that you said you wanted to see more from.
Yeah, Arsenal's been just phenomenal in this game, but what a comedy goal by Sypical at the end. You're getting that extra touch after landing on Lionblaze, who was trying to save the shot at the last second. Ghosts are definitely very vulnerable to bumps and demos. It's looked like that for 2 games now. Spacestation Gaming are vulnerable to, a floating ball that's barely moving in defense, apparently. I've seen them miss so many today, but somehow they're still winning this. And they've made comeback wins now twice in a row. Game 1, it was Rettles with the pop-off. Game 2, it's been Arsenal. And yeah, I think this might just be the main difference between these 2 teams. Spacestation Gaming have got 3 carries on the roster. Any given day, any given game, one of these guys can elevate. You don't really get bad days for any of them. It's maybe a bad game here or there, but they might just play like the best player in the world the next game. It needs to be a complete game plan change for Ghost. This sitting back in defense and hoping that Spacestation give you free goals in the counter-attack, it's not going to work. Seeing them play like this makes a lot of sense after coming out of a G2 win in the previous round. But I don't think Spacestation are going to make as many overextending plays as G2 are likely to make. And Ghost, they're not going to win this series with this kind of playstyle.
No, absolutely not. I like what it's. I think they've almost been drawn into the wrong sort of match by getting these early goals. Because they sort of switch up the play style, and by the time it finally goes against them, because it is going to happen. You're not holding off the team like this for 4 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So I think it's almost done them a disservice in a way of trying to get those. They've come close on 2 occasions now. Here on the desk, we also heard oh, wow, Sypical, wait a minute. Well, he seems very annoyed that he was not playing all that well in game 1. He's now showing off exactly what he's capable of.
Yeah, Sypical is the guy on SSG who wants to be top of the scoreboard every single scoreboard. So the fact that Rettles and Arsenal have kind of eclipsed him there, he'll be happy that they're winning, but he'll be sad. Just a low-key sadness coming in about how it's happening. He wants to be scoring the big goals. He wants to be making the huge outplays. And that's that kind of mentality, that drive to just be the absolute best in every situation is what's made him such a legendary player. And I do expect to see several pop-offs from Sypical today. It could be this game. If not, sure, we'll get one later.
I'm sure Sypical would prefer if that pop-off was to happen over in the upper bracket. Keep playing like this. They are well on their way to doing exactly that. Arsenal can't get the second touch, but Mektos, that was wasteful. Off the post and in. Sypical made it close. But Mektos, this is not the ball to ever be played. That's so dangerous.
Yeah, Mektos he's trying to catch that curved surface so he can get the ball up the wall, or, you know, just any curved surface in that corner will do. It will get rid of the danger, but just clattering the sidewall flat is the worst thing to do in the position. It's fine if you've got a goalkeeper, because you can call it a back pass where you're just hitting the ball off the wall and letting your goalkeeper run in on it, but that really wasn't the plan. Now here comes the demo, Ghost hit Spacestation with a little bit of their own medicine here. It was typical waiting in net for this one to come at him, and Mektos takes him out of the play.
That was angry Mektos that we just got introduced to. He was having none of it. Wipes out the goalkeeper, and I think for the first time in about 10 plus minutes, we have seen all three players of Ghost Gaming in the orange side of the field, and they knew that they had to get something to happen for them there. Absolutely were capable of doing it, and then they pulled it off. Lion Blaze trying to find another demo as well on the returning player. Lion Blaze just off target, not the bounce he needed. But this is the player they needed to start popping off. Lion Blaze looking very solid here in game 3.
Well, he's had a couple of 1v1 situations now. That was a complete outplay there, just on the wrong side of the post. Otherwise, it would have been a great goal. At the end of the last game, I think Lion Blaze just messed up an air dribble in another solo position. So like you mentioned, this is the guy that they want to get in those 1v1 positions, because he should be winning against any of the Space Station roster when you put them in that heads-up play. But pre-jump saved by Mektos. What a game he's having. Lands the demo for the equalizer, and now saving Ghost at the other end of the field. It's been the first game where Ghost have come back from behind. Are they going to be able to do anything with that momentum? Freshness. To the backboard. It's Typical with a great read. How on earth does he predict that downward bounce? Catch it before the attacker does.
Has to be said, you know, despite the lack of goals, this has been a very solid defensive showing from both these teams. Both teams getting very good saves, a lot of pre-jumps being used. Maybe a chance. Arsenal able to just shut down the opportunity. Here's Lion Blaze again. Couldn't succeed in the last game. What's he got for us this time? Well, he's got a little bit too much time on his hands, as that is immediately taken away from him. Gonna go for that. He needs that flip reset a lot earlier before the challenge can come on in. Rels, good catch. Avoids demo. Mektos has just popped over to the side. No chance to really follow up there for freshness. Here we go again, entering the final few moments of the game. They're again tied up at 1 each. Ghost Gaming have not managed to get one of these to go in their favor so far this series. They've got to try and do it this time around. It's going to be very difficult when you've got Sypical on the ball with a chance to take you down. The flick wasn't what it needed to be, though.
Yeah, that's just not quite good enough from Sypical. He's had a couple of chances to play these flicks from close range, and both of them have been rushed attempts. Now, obviously, you don't have a lot of time in 3v3 to set up a flick and you know, wait for the ball to be perfectly situated on your car. You just have to go for it and hope for the best. But Sypical's got to be hitting those. You definitely want to at least test the goalkeeper there. Whether it be even into the bar, that's fine as well. In threes, you've got backup. You can flick the bar, no problem. This is you know, not a solo dual position. Mektos trying to make this a wonder game for him. Sypical closes him down. Lots of dive-in challenges for SSG, connecting late in the game. Lion Blaze will clear the danger for Ghost.
Freshness calls him off. Good communication there. As once again, Ghost Gaming not wanting to rotate back too quickly, but not really given much of a choice in the matter by Space Station. Drop down so much time for Arsenal to set up. And that's a fantastic block. Gonna roll up awkwardly. Mektos coming in a bit late. So the last chance going for Space Station, but they're not going to be able to make anything of it. Second overtime of the series, and this is the one that Ghost Gaming need to win.
A lot of heavy touches here. Whenever dribbles are being set up, both teams have had their chances. Well, a lot of players have had their chances to be the hero in this game. You know, if anyone's going to be that man, it would be Mektos. Like I said, nailed the demo for the opening goal. Now he's lingering upfield. in field with the pass to Freshness. Well called there by Typical Rettles, lets him have it. And now it's a long shot, and in Arsenal! First to the post bounce, and Space Station will get the sweep. It wasn't the absolute stomp that a lot of us were expecting, but they've done the job. Ghost sent to the lower bracket.
Well, they got it, but yeah, as you mentioned, not as easy as many people were predicting. Still, 86% of you are correct. The desk is now correct, and Space Station Gaming march on through over in the upper bracket. As for Ghost Gaming, it's a sort of performance that, whilst they didn't get the win, they'll be quietly confident heading into the lower bracket. They've taken one of the best punches that North America has got to offer, and they didn't look too rattled by it. So, good performance there from both teams.
Yeah, I think Ghosts are still going to be satisfied with their results on the day. That, you know, losing in a sweep to Space Station is far from ideal, but you've still got to remember they've beaten G2 today. They can still be happy with the position they're in and go into that lower bracket with confidence in an easier matchup. So we'll be seeing more from them later on. But yeah, Space Station, they got the job done. I think that's the most important thing, and I'm sure that they're going to step it up when the quality of competition improves.
So we are going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we have got Peeps vs. Rogue. But before you go anywhere, I highly recommend going to check out twitch.tv/TheRocketRB, because somebody has told me that we are about to see double match point over there for version 1 over NRG. So it's all going down today over here at the North American Major. Make sure you've got all of those up so you can see everything that's going down. We'll be back very soon for our next match.